Preface. By the inspiration of Almighty and His divine grace, after lifelong spiritual engrossment, the book on the principal jewels of life to enlightenment, fragrance of the unknown, has been accomplished. The book deals in depth understanding of multifold dimensions of human problems and their solutions through abstract dormant human sciences as conceived and perceived by the self-analysis and experience, as well from multifold valuable resources after deep study, which evolved my thinking, and thus the principal jewels of life to enlightenment has been developed. This book is unique in many ways and directions since it contains the essence of various complex abstract subjects or sciences including things to remember, knowledge to be absorbed, self and intrinsic knowledge of Geeta, virtuous approach, yoga, health and physiology, beyond words, deep mystic thoughts, silence mind, small, big and great mind, Avadut Geeta, crisis of self, Sri Sutram and Sri Vidya, approach to deep sadhana etc., which have deeply influenced me throughout my life, and finally, the principal jewels of life to enlightenment and self-realization has come to light. From my early age, I was highly fascinated by the philosophical approach towards life, and with time I experienced the different creative approaches in problem-solving through inner divine unison with self by various modes to follow the pathless path in life that has led to precipitate and concise my thoughts in the form of this book, which I humbly consider the natural showers of His grace on the pattern of this present contemplation. The divine light channelized my thinking and inspired me to write the principal jewels of life to enlightenment, fragrance of unknown, which highlights the core essence of varied subjects of multifaceted dimensions for the overall self-development and dormant knowledge to tackle the various issues related to health, organization, self, social, and multifold problems of life by creative integral approach and self-analysis leading towards the self-realization. Only the selected verses, expressions of evolved souls and perceived divine glimpses have been appropriately included in the various chapters of this book to make it self-explanatory. Almighty, the sacred force, alone is the force behind the expressions and expanse in all modes of His own glory. As I understand, no book covering many diversifying philosophical, dormant and abstract topics in this particular pattern, section-wise, giving essence of many deeply concerned rare knowledge of human interest to enlightenment and self-evolution, and precise principal jewels of life to enlightenment and intrinsic values, has appeared so far. It is considered that this book will be vast treasure that will guide human being at the crossroads of life to choose an integral creative approach to pathless path for tackling various issues. Also, this will enlighten a seeker of truth to take up the vertical internal journey for mergence with the Absolute by overall self-development and enlightenment. In the light of the above, I would like to express that there is no end to conceive the depth of each word of the mysterious expressions and sayings, given in all 33 chapters of this book, which will certainly enrich the intrinsic values-based knowledge of an individual to deal with the complex issues of human life besides implementing the principal jewels of life to self-development, and finally for self-realization and enlightenment as the ultimate aim of life after enriching himself with divine qualities. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to the cosmic power, the Almighty, who has infused me to take up this divine accomplishment and boomed me with the source of untiring and inexhaustible energy by His blessings, radiance, continued inspiration and silence guidance to nurture me all the time to follow and pursue the mysterious divine pathless path to be with the self and self alone. Also, I acknowledge the silent participation of my wife, Darshan, son and daughter-in-law Poojan and Gauri, and daughter and son-in-law Shweta and Rajiv with little Kriya and loving Nimai to assist me to climb the ladder of divinity. Har Prasad Ph.D. Vancouver, June 2014. 12,533 South Surrey, 28th Avenue, V4A2N8, Canada. Mobile number 1604825539, Canada. And 302 Central View, Domalguda, Hyderabad 500029, India. Mobile number 919652013280, India. Email har.prasad@gmail.com.